Hi, my name is Lee Cornish, and today I'm going to be talking to you about campfire building. It can be very easy to build a fire if you are knowledgeable what you are doing and if you take your time. So there are three main parts to fire. You have oxygen, heat, and fuel. Without any of those, or without just one of those, you will not be able to build a fire. There are very many uses of fire in your everyday lives. You use it for cooking, to run your cars and combustion engines, to heat your homes, to go outside and use it for light or heat. That is my favorite use for fire, is to have it underneath the open sky at a campfire setting when I am out camping. So there are three main parts to a fire. You first have tinder, which is the smallest and driest part of fire, which catches very easily. Some examples of tinder are lint, or very small pieces of wood that can catch with just using a basic flame. Now, these parts of the fire go at the very bottom, because they catch the fastest and easiest. It will bring the heat up, catching the other parts of the fire ablaze. The next smallest part of the fire you have is your kindling. It can be sized anywhere from about a pencil to a small to medium baguette. This is caught on fire by the tinder and then catches your fuel wood on fire. Now, your fuel wood is the largest part of your fire. It is what you use after you get your fire really going and nice and hot. It can be sized anywhere from about your thigh, which is normal for campfires if you have cut wood, to logs, pallets, anything that you have available to you that is dry and ready to burn. So there are three common campfire structures that I was taught in Boy Scouts. You have your teepee, log cabin, and lean-to. Now there are numerous other types of campfire structures, but I find these to be the easiest to use and the most effective in various situations. So first, we have the teepee. It is comprised of kindling and sometimes fuel logs leaned together in the shape of a teepee. This is not a horrible fire structure. It's easy to light, and it normally catches fairly fast and quickly. But there is a very large con to this, which is it tips over quite easily. It's hard to put wood on, and even just as it burns, one of the logs might give way and it might topple over, crushing your fire. Normally, if your fire is hot enough though, you are able to still put more logs on top of it, move the burnt logs around a little bit, and then salvage what had fallen over. Next, you have the log cabin structure design. This is by two fuel logs at the bottom, followed by smaller logs and smaller, eventually reaching a somewhat of a peak, normally with kindling or tinder atop. And also interlaced throughout, you have more kindling put cross-section wise within it, and good tinder at the bottom to really shoot fire up through that. This is my favorite campfire structure. It is one of the most stable ones you can do, especially once you get your fire started, you can add logs onto it quite easily on the sides. Next, we have the lean-to structure that you can see over there. It is comprised of normally a block or some type of fuel wood in the back, with tinder placed up against the fuel wood and kindling laid on top of the tinder. You normally have to burn, say, a few rounds of kindling on your top of your tinder before you can put any other fuel logs on. This takes a little bit longer to heat up, but it's very good in blocking wind if you're in a high wind situation that keeps on blowing out your flame. So those are three common structures that you can build quite easily. Now comes ignition sources. There are normal ways that you can catch your fire ablaze, matches, lighters, We're in the modern age, so you never really have to rub two sticks together, which I can tell you is very hard and very time consuming, and it doesn't work that well. You also have steel wool and a double D battery, flint and steel, flares, propane torches, very many numerous ways to light your tinder on fire. Now, if you wanted to cheat, you also have your gasolines, lighter fluids, kerosenes, oils, waxes that you can catch on fire that will help in the speeding up of lighting your fire. But I consider that to be cheating. I think it's much more satisfying to go out and find small tinder material and actually work the fire up into the blazing glory that you want it to be. So, fire has been an integral part in our society for hundreds of thousands of years, and it's still used to this day, every day, by many people. I best enjoy fire when I am camping, though it is nice to cook food on the stove with and heat my house. But I really take it in when I'm out camping underneath the stars, and I hope you can too. If you've never built a fire before, I hope that one day you will, and the knowledge that I have given you today will enable you to build that fire a little faster or better than you may have before. Thank you.